be able to share the slides because of some technical problem, but I would be sharing certain very good things about today's topic, that is vocabulary building. Today we will talk about synonyms and antonyms. When it comes to vocabulary building, people often think that to cram the words is always difficult. One cannot cram the words. In fact, if you ask a professor of Oxford University whether he knows all the words of English or not, he would say, no, I don't know all the words of English. It's always difficult to cram the words, to learn the words. How to do that? How can you remember certain words? You cannot remember all words, but you can remember many words by way of following certain things, which I would like to share with you in today's session. And there are certain other things also which many people are not aware of when it comes to this topic, vocabulary building. I request all of you to be active participants in today's session, because we don't have PPTs here, so I would be asking you certain questions time and again, so that I can come to know your problems as far as learning words is concerned, learning good vocabulary is concerned. So get ready. I would be asking you some questions. Okay. First of all, students, you need to know that words do not have literal meanings only. Generally, what people do, they try to find out the meanings of certain words from dictionary, and then they cram those meanings, and then they start using those words. Whenever you look for a word from a dictionary, you have to take care of certain things. You are not supposed to just see the meaning of the word. You have to see other things also, right? What are those other things? When it comes to synonyms and antonyms, fine, I can tell you many synonyms, I can tell you many antonyms, but that would not serve the purpose. You need to know how to pick a word from the dictionary and use it. How can you identify a word with the notion that that particular word is, say, noun or adjective or adverb? Because when you attempt a comprehension passage, you always face a problem there. You know what? You are able to answer the questions, most of the questions of the comprehension passage, but when it comes to finding out the meaning of certain words from the passage, you really face tough time there. You are unable to figure out, you are unable to pick up those words which have the similar meanings of the words which are there in the question, or finding out the antonyms of those words. And you cannot remember all the words. That is also a worry. So how can you know that a certain word is having the same meaning without knowing the meaning of that word? You don't know the meaning of the word, but you are able to decide that this particular word is having the meaning of the word which is given right in the question. There are certain tricks, certain ways which you have to follow to overcome these problems. And one by one, I am going to share everything with you. Fine. First of all, you need to know that every word has connotation. Now, there are two words which are very important to know: connotation and denotation. What is denotation and what is connotation? Denotation means meaning of the word according to dictionary. Denotation means the feeling which is there in the word. A particular word may be positive or negative or neutral. Let me give you an example. With that example only, you'll come to know about this connotation. There is a word that is charity, and there is another word that is donation. Charity and donation. They have the similar meaning according to dictionary. If you try to find out the meaning of charity and donation from the dictionary, you will find the same meaning. According to dictionary, meaning is the same. But when you have to use both the words in usage, charity becomes different, donation becomes different. Do you know what is the difference between charity and donation? Anybody knows it? Can you tell me? Kajal? Ritu? Kajal, do you know what is the difference between donation and charity? According to dictionary, meaning is the same. But usage wise, meaning is different. What is donation? You tell me, donation is positive or negative? Is it a positive word or negative word? Kajal, tell me.
It's a positive word.
It's a positive word. And what about charity?
Yes, sir.
Charity is also a positive
So
word?
this is charity is also a positive word. Yes, sir.
No, it's not. Charity is positive. There you are right. But donation is not always positive. If I say I gave donation of 2 lakh
How, sir?
rupees, I'm giving you the example. If I say I gave 2 lakh rupees to seek admission in some college, is it positive or negative? Donation is given for seeking job
Negative.
also. It has a negative
Yes,
meaning.
sir.
But when we say I donated blood, when we say I donated blood, it's positive, right? So the word donation
Yes,
has
sir.
got positive connotation and negative connotation. Got it? It has positive connotation and it has
So then we.
negative connotation.
Yes, sir.
You are asking something. Come on, ask.
So then we say that donation is also positive and also negative.
Yes. So this meaning, positive meaning and negative meaning, this is called connotation, right?
Yes, sir.
When you try to find out the meaning of donation and charity from the dictionary, it is the same. It is the same. Meaning is the same. But in usage, it is different. In usage, donation is positive and negative both. While charity is always positive. Charity is always positive. You cannot say, I gave charity of 2 lakh rupees to get a job. You always say, I gave donation. Fine. So you need to see
Yes, sir.
which particular word has positive meaning and which particular word has negative meaning. Fine. I'll give you some more examples. There is a word gaze, G-A-Z-E. Fine. G-A-Z-E, gaze.
Yes, sir.
And there is a word stare, S-T-A-R-E. Both are different. According to dictionary, meaning is the same. It's called looking steadily. Meaning is looking steadily. When you look at someone, right? For looking at someone, you use the word gaze and stare. But staring is different, gazing is different. Connotation. Gazing is positive. When you are looking at someone not with ill intention, that's gazing. But staring, that means looking at someone with ill intention. Dictionary does not tell you that According to dictionary, both mean what? To look at someone. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here I'm trying to give you a lesson. What is that? That synonyms are not similar words. Even synonyms have some difference meaning wise. Synonyms have some difference. Similar words are never similar. They are similar to greater extent, but they are not similar. They are not exactly the same. I give you another example. Cost and price. Can you use the word cost for price? Where
No,
do
sir.
we use cost and where do we use price? Price is different, cost is different, but when you try to find out the synonym of price, you come up with the word that is cost. Although both are different, price is for a product.
Yes, sir.
Cost is not.
Not.
Cost is never for a product. There is a word brainwash and there is a word persuade. Brainwash and persuade. Both are concerned with what? Attracting someone mindfully. But brainwash is what? Brainwash is what? Negative. And persuasion is what? Positive. Delayed, delayed, and on time. Delayed, you may be delayed in your work. You may be delayed or you make delay in your work. It may be possible. But that does not mean that you are not sincere. Delaying is accepted. I started the session late today. Now, on the basis of this situation, will you call me an insincere person? I'm asking you, tell me.
No, sir.
No. So that means delaying is acceptable. Delaying is acceptable. So that
Yes.
means delayed, the
Acceptable.
word delayed is positive. Delayed is positive. But when we say not on time, when you say you are not on time, it could be positive, it could be negative.
Negative.
It could be positive because anybody can be late. You are not sure about things of your life. You're not sure that you will be meeting deadlines every time. But there is a word tardy, T-A-R-D-Y, tardy. Tardy means one who has the habit of being late. That's a negative word. It's a
So what
negative
you
word.
said, tardy.
Tardy, T-A-R-D-Y. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now I give you some more words. Today I'm going to give you many words.
Sir,
Gathering.
sir, can I ask
Please,
something?
please, please.
Sir,
Yes,
can you please
please,
repeat
go on.
denotation once again?
Denotation means meaning which is given by the dictionary. Synonyms are never ever the same. Mind it.
Okay, sir.
They are not the same. They have similarity. They have similarity, but they are not the same. When you start using the synonyms, then you come to know that one particular word sounds different and the other sounds different. I gave you the example of donation and charity. I
Yes,
gave you
sir.
the
Yes.
example of brainwash,
Wash.
persuasion, and now
Grace
I'm giving you some
and
more
staring.
examples. I'm giving you some more examples,
Okay,
right?
sir. Okay, sir.
Uh, one word is lazily. He does everything lazily. Lazily, with laziness. That's negative. That is negative. But when we say he does everything leisurely, Leisurry, leisurely, RLY. Leisurely means with relaxation. If you are doing something with ease, that is positive. You see, if I am telling you the things with pauses, but I'm able to achieve my purpose. I want to teach you, but you are never ever feeling that I'm not teaching you, I am sleeping, although I'm making pauses. So that is something good. But if the purpose is becoming negative, with the word lazily, the purpose becomes negative. Gathering. Gathering means crowd, group. Fine, positive, gathering. But there is a word mob, M-O-B, mob. Mob is a word which is used for gathering, which is involved in riots, R-I-O-T-S, riots, violence. Gathering with violence, that is negative. Gathering with violence, that is negative. So gathering is positive and mob is negative. Debate. Debate and argument. Debate is what? Come on, tell me, debate is what? Debate is positive.
Yes, sir.
No, it is positive. It is positive. You can tell me the pros and cons of anything. Sir, this concept has got these advantages and this concept has got these disadvantages. These are positive things about this concept. These are negative things about this concept. No problem. It's a positive thing. It's a positive word, debate. Debating gives you many good things in return. But argument takes you nowhere. It's a negative word. Asking and demanding. Asking is what? Asking and demanding. Demand is negative.
Asking is positive.
Asking may be positive, may be negative. You may be asking for something which is not, on right side. Request is positive. Request is positive. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So today you have come to know about connotation and denotation. Now I will discuss a few more words with you and I'll tell you exactly how to remember those words. Fine?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I cannot discuss many more, but I'll discuss a few words with you. And it is my objective that whatever words I tell you now, and whatever meanings of those words I tell you now, you will not be able to forget them forever. I guarantee. I'm giving you a guarantee beforehand. I'll give you some tricks to remember the words for long. Fine? Okay. There is a word abhor, A-B-H-O-R. You can note it down. A-B,
A-B.
B for boy, A-B-H-O-R, abhor. Abhor sounds like bhor. Abhor sounds like bhor. Abhor bhor, abhor bhor. It sounds like Hindi word bhor. Bhor means
Subah.
Bhor means subha, morning.
Yes, sir.
And in morning, who makes a loud noise?
Birds.
Birds. And cock. Generally, cock makes a loud noise.
Dog also, sir.
Dog also.
My dog.
Even dogs.
Yes, sir.
Dogs also. Yes,
Yes,
dogs
sir.
also bark a lot.
So my
They
dog
bark at full speed.
bark a lot.
Yes.
Matlab,
So from this you can remember the meaning of this word. Abhor means shore, noise.
yes, sir.
Abhor means noise.
Noise.
From abhor, you remember bhor, and from bhor, you remember your dog. What does your dog do in the morning time? Makes a lot
Bark.
of noise.
Yes, sir.
Makes a lot of noise. So abhor means noise.
Noise.
Okay, noise. Now, exact meaning is not noise. I'm telling you the exact meaning now. Noise, when you listen to a great noise, how do you feel? Noise is not the meaning. I'm taking you towards the meaning slowly. When you listen to irritating noise, how do you feel? You love that or you hate that?
Hate that.
You hate that?
Yes,
A lot
sir.
of noise, irritating
Yes, sir.
noise.
Yes, sir.
Meaning of abhor is hate, not noise. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now you can remember it.
Yes, sir.
Abhor means hate.
Hate.
Okay, next word. Next word. Bombastic. 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 Written. From bombastic, you
So can you
remember
please
bomb.
repeat the spelling?
B-O-M-B, bomb. Bomb, which
Yes,
you
sir.
use on Deepavali, right? Bombs and all, crackers.
Yes.
Bombastic. Bombastic. Got it? Bombastic. Now, from bombastic, you
Yes,
remember
sir.
just bomb. Just bomb. Forget about the other part of it. Bomb. B-O-M-B.
Plastic.
Okay. Now you tell me, when do you use bombs? When you fire bombs? On which occasion? On which festival?
Diwali.
Diwali. Fine. And when bombs, when you give fire to bombs or when people use crackers and all on Deepavali, that time you hear a loud noise. The noise is very loud. So the word bomb is associated with what? Loudness. Got it? You have the loud noise when people fire crackers. The word bomb has got a connectivity with what?
Loud.
Loudness. Loudness of noise. Bombastic means loud. Can you remember it now?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Okay, next word. Cacophony. Cacophony. The spelling is Cacophony. 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 Forget caca. What is left now? Phony.
Phony.
Remember phony only. From cacophony, you remember phony only. And
Okay, sir.
this phony, you take it as phony. Phony. Phony means one who does so many calls to you. You must be having a friend of yours who talks to you too much over the phone, right? How do you take that person? Very harsh. He sounds like harsh. Somebody who talks to you too much, he sounds harsh because he wastes a lot of time of yours. Cacophony means harsh sound. Cacophony means harsh sound. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Meaning is clear? Now you
Yes,
can
sir.
remember it? Now you can remember it?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next word I give you. Destitute. DESTITUTE. Destitute.
D.
Destitute. From the word destitute, you just focus on tute. Last four letters. Tute. Tute sounds like toot. In the word toot. Tute sounds like toot. Tuta hua. Who is called tuta hua person? Tuta hua person. Needy
Sad
person.
person.
Sad, needy, poor. So destitute word is used for a needy, for a poor person. Fine. From destitute, you remember tute. Tute sounds like toot. Tuta hua person means needy or poor person. Got it? Okay, next word. I'll give you the next word. Insight. INCITE. INCITE. Insight. Insight. Sight means example. Example. When I am putting something in you, it is insight. When do you fill something in somebody's head? Most of the time, when you have some ill intention. Ill intention. You instigate someone. It's called bhadkana, right? So insight means putting, sight means example, putting the things in what? In somebody's head. That means to make someone feel instigated. It is to instigate someone. In Hindi, it is called bhadkana. Clear?
No, sir.
Sight means example or the matter or the things. When in means to pour. When you are feeling negative things in somebody's mind, it means you are instigating somebody, bhadka rahe hain aap kisi ko. Right? It is
Yes, sir.
bhadkana. Right. Okay, next word I give you. Next word is facile. 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 From facile, you remember facile. 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 And the moment you remember facile or facile, you remember an adjective for facile, that is simple. Facile is simple. So facile means simple. Okay? Can you remember it?
So facile means?
Simple. Simple.
Simple.
He's facile. He's simple.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I give you the next word. Nile.
Okay, sir.
Nile. N-I. Sorry. Senile. S-E-N-I-L-E. Senile. Nile, you have to use as a trick for this word, senile. Nile. Nile, senile. From senile, you remember what? Nile. From senile, you remember what? Nile.
Nile.
Nile is what? Nile is what? Nile is what? Tell me. Nile is what? Nile, in geography, you must have studied. Nile is some river. Nile is some river. Don't you know about it? Nile River.
I forgot it, sir.
It's called Nil Nadi in Hindi. Nil Nadi is called Nile River. And do you know Nile is the oldest river of the world? It is the oldest river. From Sinai, you remember Nile. Nile is what? Oldest river. Sinai means oldest. Sinai means oldest. Sinai means oldest. Something which is associated with old age or oldest, pertaining to old age. Fine. Can you remember it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next word I give you. I can go on teaching you the words and all. if this session goes on, even for 2 hours or 3 hours.
Sir,
Anyway,
I don't mind, sir. I love this session.
Mind.
Yes, sir.
You don't mind, but
Yes,
others
sir.
would mind. Others would mind.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, next word I give you. Next word is lavish. L-A-V-I-S-H. L-A-V-I-S-H. Lavish. Now see the trick which I give you to remember this word, lavish. This lavish sounds like love-wish. Lavish, love-wish. Those who wish for love, they need to spend much. They need to spend much. Seeking love is not easy. If you are seeking love, then you need to spend more and more. Lavish means one who spends more and more. Kharchila. One who spends more and more. Lavish. Meaning is clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now the next word is sonorous. Sonorous. S-O-N-O-R-O-U-S. S-O-N-O-R-O-U-S. Sonorous sounds like Sonu ka ras. How is Sonu Nigam ka ras? Sonorous sounds like Sonu ka ras, Sonu Nigam's ras. Sweet. Sweet. Favorable. And sonorous means the same. Fine. Now you can remember it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next word. Palatial. P-A-L-A-T-I-A-L. Palatial. From palatial, you just look at pale. P-A-L-A, Pele. From Palatial, you come to Pele. And from Pele, you remember the word palace. Palatial, Pele. From Pele, palace. Palatial means palace-like. How is palace? Palace is always grand. So palatial means grand. Palatial means
Grand.
grand. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Grand. Now there is a word wax, V-E-X. V-E-X, wax. V-E, wax. V-E-X. From wax, you remember cracks. Children take cracks. Do you take cracks? Chips and all you take?
Yes, sir.
Cracks. When a kid does not get cracks, how does that kid feel? A chota bachcha, how does he feel?
Very
Annoyed.
bad.
Annoyed. He feels annoyed. And that is the meaning of wax. From wax, you remember cracks? Cracks with the child. When the child does not get cracks, the child feels annoyed. So wax means annoyed. Vexed, annoyed. Next word. Disparage. D-I-S-P-A-R-A-G-E. D-I-S-P-A-R-A-G-E. Disparage. Disparage sounds like this marriage. Disparage sounds like this marriage. Right. I was responsible for a marriage. I talked to the members of bride's family and the members of groom's family.
Groom family.
Fine. So I was involved in marriage, but that marriage gave me very bad experience. Very bad experience. You know how?
How, sir?
Both of them are not happy. I was involved in that marriage. Disparage means something ill. Receiving something bad in return. That is disparage. That is disparage. Can you remember this word?
Yes, sir.
Disparage.
Yes, sir.
Dismarriage. You can remember me. Next word is perpetual. Perpetual. P-E-R-P-E-T-U-A-L. Perpetual. P-E-R-P-E-T-U-A-L. This perpetual sounds like perpetual. Perpetual. On something, you have to move. Perpetual, that means to get on. And to get on means continuous. Perpetual means continuous. Perpetual means continuous. Okay, next word. Despot. Despot. Despot sounds like the spot. Despot, the spot. The spot. I found a cruel person on the spot. Despot, the spot. I found a cruel person on the spot. Despot means tyrant. Tyrant. That means cruel. Cruel. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Can you remember these words? The words which I gave you?
Yes, sir.
You are really sonorous.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can you please repeat destitute?
Repeat. Destitute.
Yes, sir.
I said destitute. From destitute, you come to tute.
Okay,
Tute
sir.
sounds like toot.
Okay.
Tuta hua.
Yes, sir.
Tuta hua is needy or poor.
Okay, needy.
Needy or poor.
Okay, sir.
I can make you remember more than 2,000 words like this.
That's very interesting.
But I have to teach you other things also.
Yes, sir.
Other things also. That's why I cannot do so. But one thing you should bear in your mind, what is that? That every word follows its denotation and
Denotation.
connotation. One particular word may have negative meaning or positive meaning, or may have both the meanings. The word anger. Anger is negative or positive?
It's a negative word.
It's a negative word.
Yes, sir.
But in life, I'm not talking about its usage in general. Its usage in specific. Anger is positive also. How? If you say, suppose you attend some job interview, right?
Yes, sir.
And the interviewer happens to ask you about your weakness. He asks you a question, what is your weakness? And you say, sir, I become angry whenever my work is not complete. Now you tell me, beta, this anger is good or bad?
It's a bad.
No, it's good.
Good. Good one.
Why, sir?
If my work is not complete and I am feeling angry, that means I will really work harder and I will complete it.
Okay.
Showing anger on myself is always good for a good reason. For a good reason.
Hmm.
When anger gets converted into resolution, it becomes a good anger. When anger gets converted into resolution, it becomes a good anger. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam must have shown anger on himself for not having various facilities in his life. He used to sell the newspaper. Do you know that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He must have felt angry on himself, angry on his life. But see how he converted his anger into resolution.
Resolution.
How Arunima Sinha without legs climbed the mountain, climbed the Everest. That means she converted her anger into resolution. So words should be used according to context and according to the real meaning which they represent. You say, I have a lot of passion for singing. I listen to this song, I listen to that song. I cannot live without music. And when I asked you, do you like music? You say, yes, sir, I like music. Are you using the right word? I have the right to ask you, do you like music? But what should you say? Yes, I like music, or yes, I love music. Shall you say, I love music or I like music?
I love music.
What is correct?
So I love music.
Love music. So words should be used according to their context. For you, it's not liking the music. For you, it's
Love the music.
love the music. If somebody asks me, sir, are you taking class? For me, the word taking the class, this phrase is not correct for me. I never take the class. I enjoy the class. I enjoy teaching. I don't do teaching, I enjoy teaching. So words should be used according to their context and according to how you perceive them. The other day, somebody said, language is delivered. I said, language is not delivered, language is offered. Grammar wise, this sentence is correct. Language is delivered. Fine. But how I take language, how I look at language, according to that, I would use words. Try and understand this thing. For you, language is delivered. For me, language is not delivered. For me, language is offered, because I feel that if language is not having sweetness in it, it is not language. Why I say language is offered? The reason is, we offer namaz, we offer flowers to God. Offering is done like this. There is an element of submission. And in your language also, there should not be something egoist. Superiority complex, element of superiority complex should not be there in your language. So because I take language that way, for me, delivering, language is delivered. Delivered word is not suitable. For me, the suitable word is offered. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You want to ask something? You want to ask something? Do you want to say something?
No, sir.
So,
Don't want to say anything.
so meaning of disparage. Disparage.
Sorry? Disparage.
Yes, sir.
Disparage sounds like this marriage.
Okay.
And I told you about that marriage. What I got in return. I told you that. I did not receive praise from them. Rather, I was criticized. I was criticized for that. And that is the meaning of disparage. Anything else? Anything
No,
else you
sir.
want to ask?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Don't want to ask anything else?
No, sir.
So you prepare certain words like this, have something in your mind, you can relate some other things, maybe you can think of some picture, you may think of some situation. That way, it becomes easy for you to remember those words. Associating words you should use to remember certain words. And until and unless you use words, you cannot remember them. To remember the words, you need to use them. Fine. How much English do you speak? How much English do you speak? How much English do you write? How much English do you read? Do you read every day? Do you write every day? Do you speak every day?
So I'll do everything. I'll do write, read, and what you
And
say?
listen also.
Yes, sir. Listen also and speak also.
LSRW. See, you can enrich your vocabulary only when you read more, you listen more, you speak more, and you write.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way. And always try to experiment. Experiment how? Let me just give you an example here. I think every day, someone or the other asks you, how are you? Right? When somebody asks you, how are you? What you say in return?
I'm
What
fine.
answer you give?
I'm
I'm
good.
fine. I'm good. But there are many people who say I'm fine every time someone asks him or her, how are you? Why don't you experiment with this? I am fine. Why always I am fine? Sometimes you can say I'm good.
I'm
I'm
happy.
I'm happy. I'm as happy as you are.
Yes, sir.
You happen to see somebody very happy, very agile. Then you can say I'm as happy as you are.
I'm enjoying my life, sir. I'm enjoying my life.
I'm enjoying my life. I'm having the fun of life.
Yes, sir.
Such answers you can give. So when you experiment with the language, you get the scope to use certain words. There may be many words which you know, but you are not using them. Using them in your spoken English probably, or in your written communication. You may be knowing many words, but you are not using them. Why? Because you have certain fixed sentences to follow when you speak. Do you know what is the difference between how do you do and how are you?
How do you do?
I told you once. I told you when I was teaching you about self-introduction. How do you do is said when you meet somebody for the first time.
Okay.
That time you don't say how are you. You say how do you do. But when you meet somebody not for the first time, then you say how are you. This is the difference. How do you do? You ask this when you are meeting somebody for the first time. So until and unless you read more, you write more, you listen more, and you speak more, you cannot improve your vocabulary. For vocabulary building, you need to follow LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
So, what is the difference between regulatory and regulating?
Regulatory
And regulating.
and regulating. See, it is the difference of parts of a speech. When you
Okay.
say regulatory, that becomes noun. When you say regulating, that becomes verb. I give one example here. There is a
Okay.
word pen, P-E-N, pen. Pen is what noun, right? But when I say I penned an essay yesterday, I penned, P-E-N-N-E-D. I penned an essay yesterday. Here, penned means wrote. Pen is noun. Tend is verb. Same way, regulatory is noun, regulating is verb.
Verb.
I'm regulating this rule. Verb.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
verb, uh, scolding, for example, scolding. If I say scolding is a bad habit, scolding is noun there because I'm using scolding as the first word of the sentence. If I say I'm scolding you, then scolding becomes an action. It is verb. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay, then thank you very much. We end the session here. And probably if we get time, we will have one more session on vocabulary. I'm not committing that, but maybe we hold one more session for vocabulary some other day, if possible. I'm not committing it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.